My brother-in-law is the reason why my husband left me. I don't know what to do now. I am not Oop. Oop is you. Expensive opinion 952. Originally posted to R. True off my chest. My brother-in-law is the reason why my husband left me. I don't know what to do now. Trigger warnings. Stalking. Harassment. Character assassination. Obsessive behavior. Less than. And NBSP. Original post. January 29, 2024. IF38 met my brother-in-law M38 at uni. He asked me out in our first year and I refused. He called me the C word and that I am shallow. My best friend told me that it was harmless comments from a drunken guy who got rejected. I never thought myself shallow. It was his demeanor and awkwardness that was off-putting to me. Anyway, he proved my friend right, and other than these comments I have never felt uncomfortable during my uni years because he never bothered me again. Not even look my way. Next time I met him was when my baby sister F28 introduced him as her BF. I didn't even recognize him at first because it was like 910 years since that day he talked to me. He was visibly annoyed that I didn't recognize him and called me a liar. The family was skeptical at first about him, but he seemed to treat my sister right and she seemed happy. He is very rich, taking her all over the world, and he seemed kind with us too. They got married after a year of dating. They have 3 children. I met my now ex-M 45 years ago, and the only odd comment from my brother-in-law was that I was still as shallow and superficial as I was in uni. At the time, I took it as a joke, but in hindsight, when I found out the truth and started thinking back, looking for red flags, this was probably a big one. He never showed any signs that he disliked my husband, and he was always decent enough in his indifference to have a close friendship with my husband, and I didn't seem odd because he was always a recluse. A year ago, my husband came home and accused me of cheating, and he had evidence. The guy contacted him and he had nudes etc. of me on his phone. The guy told my husband that he didn't know at first that I was married, but as soon as he found out, he contacted my now ex. He even apologized to my husband. I have never met this guy in my life. Nothing I said or did made my husband believe me. He left me and our divorce is pending. Then yesterday that guy contacted me. He apologized for what he did and told me that he is friends with my brother-in-law. He sent me conversations. Endless conversations my brother-in-law had about me for years. He has never forgotten that I, in his words, didn't even give him a chance and only judged him by his looks. He called me C in that chat. Both groups chats with his friends, but mostly with this guy. They planned this attack and my brother-in-law somehow got access to my photos. The reason this guy contacted me now is that he felt guilty because even when my marriage is over, my brother-in-law still was angry and hateful, especially when he heard that I was on a date last weekend. So the friend felt that he didn't help his friend but ruined innocent people's lives. Not sure what to do. My brother-in-law has actually been happier and more sociable than usual since my divorce, and now I know why, although first I thought he felt sorry and wanted to support me. His jokes about me ending up an old maid with cats as companions don't sound like jokes anymore. He meant them. I don't want to ruin my sister's life. She's very happy with her husband. I'm not sure either if I can with her husband. I'm not sure if I should tell my ex or not. I am very heartbroken that he didn't believe me. Love him very much. He is the love of my life. But I'm not sure if I can forgive him for not believing me. But he is a victim in this too. So maybe he needs to know for closure. I am so terribly sad and hurt. I'm sorry this post got very long. And NBSP. Update number 1, January 30th. 2024. My soon-to-be ex-husband knows everything now. Apparently the guy who contacted me contacted my husband at the same time and confessed to him. My soon-to-be ex is coming to town this weekend and he wants to talk. Afterwards I will probably need to look into taking legal actions if that's possible and tell my family. I think now that exposing him is the best and more safe approach should anything more serious happen. At least people would be aware of who to blame. I want to at least make sure that my sister and her children are in safety before I tell them everything. Like meeting them at my parents' house after I tell my parents. The pictures were real and were probably stolen from my phone or my husband's because he is the only one that I took the pictures for. I don't know if I can get any justice since the pictures were not of my face. At least I was smart enough not to have my face shown in nudes. I don't know what will happen. Relevant comments. Spooky Sam 23. So you're telling me that this guy has kept himself around you for 20 years and is still hung up on you rejecting him? It sounds like he's preyed on your sister to get close to you and will keep trying to ruin your life if you let him get away with this. You need to tell your sister what he did. And the guy he used needs to tell your ex what he did. Not to stir any pots or get your ex back, but so everyone knows what a psycho this guy is. If he's still trying to get back at you after decades of you simply rejecting him, he's never going to stop. And he's never going to let you be happy. Oop. Yes. He's been following me throughout my uni years and even afterwards. He found my sister and managed to charm her. When they got married I was single and apparently he was telling his friends how he was glad I was old and single and miserable. Not my experience of my single life. Then when I met my husband he was angry because he didn't think I would find someone at my age. 33. Now when we are getting a divorce he was very pleased again, saying I would definitely never find someone at 38 that I would regret turning him down. But I was on a date last weekend so he spiraled down again and was angry and wrote horrible things about me, so his friend chose to come forward because he thought that my divorce wasn't enough for this guy. His words. And NBSP. Mini update. February 6, 2024. Trigger warning. Self-harm. Less than. I really don't have much to add. My sister is very angry. She said that I have ruined her husband's reputation because my ex has blasted him and his friend everywhere. Now he is talking about wanting to end his life because I ruined it because of a joke he played. My parents have told her everything the day everything was exposed and apparently she believed them. Me. At first, but now she has turned on me so she is refusing to listen. I wish I could have a moment with her first before hell broke. On the husband. Comment 1. February 7th, 2024. He is looking for jobs here because he wants to move back. I got very anxious and asked if he is doing this because of me because we are not together and this wasn't the right time to pressure me, but he said he was doing it for himself and that he doesn't want anything from me but that, and he doesn't want to leave town for brother-in-law to think he has easy prey to harm. I didn't ask about the one he is seeing. It felt it would disrespectful to interrogate him since I have no right to do that. Maybe it is not serious, or maybe she is willing to move here. I don't know. I have spoken to lawyers, they don't seem to think this could lead to anything. Comment 2. February 7th, 2024. Yes, and he said that he couldn't just wait and let brother-in-law believe that I was alone and an easy prey. He said that police wouldn't do anything. He was right about that. And people like brother-in-law are better exposed to everyone because they value their image. He doesn't seem to be understanding of my sister, however, in the way she was put in the middle. He did apologize a lot, but probably only because I was distraught and upset about what he did. I don't think he regrets anything. He is very sad himself and he's been apologizing all the time about everything, including not believing me or trusting his gut that believed me. My brother-in-law hasn't bothered me again since he tried to call me to threaten me after everything blew up because my ex went to his place again and threatened beating him up again. Now my sister is even angrier. Husband's relationship. Comment 1. February 12, 2024. Yeah, it is over. I don't think it was a serious relationship. I just heard rumors that he had a GF but didn't know the details, so maybe I thought it was more serious than it was. Now he is moving back and I haven't heard that someone is moving with him. So I don't know. We talk on the phone every day but I don't want to pry so far on any news on the BIL. He has filed no contact orders against my ex-husband and me, an NBSP. This is a repost sub. I am not oop. Seriously. What sort of person agrees to break up a complete stranger's marriage just because she wouldn't go out with their friend 20 years ago? All the hate is going to the BIL. And I agree that he's a complete waste of space. But what about his friend? Oop is weirdly passive in all of this. She doesn't really do much or stand up for herself. She just worries about everyone else. Another person who is elaborately framed for cheating by a relative. They're really cranking these out now. Oof. This is the scary case of, if I can't have you then no one can. Can't believe Oop was willing to have this swept under the rug for her sister's sake. Married to psycho. Okay, is it just me or has there been 3+ variants of the exact same story recently? Such vivid imagination. Such flair. I am skeptical with this post because some things really don't add up. Also, this post reminds me of another post not long back. Skeptical of this because how would the bill file no contact orders against a couple that he harassed? This seems off to me. He is thinking about ending his life because he was exposed. Wow. So sad. Confused face, upside down face, smiling face with tear, smiling face. I would expect more legal blowback from a rich guy that acts and behaved in a manner such as Bill. The no contact order seems a tad mild, all things considered. On the other hand, whatever evidence was sent to the Oop and her ex may just be that compelling. Next update is her and her ex-husband getting back together. Liz, I know you'll give it to us. Nobody is, somehow, getting the nudes from your phone in 2024. Post you, choice evidence 1983 Discord spoilers don't apply here. You have to use and less than for Reddit, but with spaces between the exclamation marks and nearest word removed. I don't want to ruin my sister's life. People really need to recognize that they're actually saying, I don't want to be the one blamed for ruining my sister's life. Her sister's marriage was just a creep play acting to be close to OOP. Whatever happiness the sister had could only last as long as the note of an annex was able to keep his insanity in check. So the pics were ones the husband already had? Either taken himself or by the op, but didn't remember or recognize. Yeah, someone watched a little too much Lifetime before bed. As the world turns. Oop ex-husband is an idiot for not recognizing nudes that were for him, previously shared with him. If this is real OFC, I feel like we went from girls make false accusations against all men straight to men freak out anytime a girl turns them down and will go to extremes to ruin their life. What the hell?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.